What if the Earth started spinning twice as fast? This question comes from basically everyone who's ever spun around in a desk chair too fast and thought, hey, what if the whole Earth did this? So, let's crank the planet's rotation up to 2x speed. Day becomes night, becomes day again in just 12 hours. Twice the sunrise, twice the sun sets, twice the existential dread. At first glance, it sounds fun. Twice as many weekends. You could wake up, go to work, come home, go to bed, and then do it again in the same 24-hour period. But before you start making plans for 14 breakfast burritos a week, we have a small problem. Physics. Right now, the Earth spins at about 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. If we double that, we're talking 3,340 kilometers per hour. That's faster than a speeding bullet. If you're standing near the equator, congratulations. You just became the world's fastest moving object that isn't on fire. Except, well, give it a minute. The first thing you'd notice? The wind. Our atmosphere isn't just nailed onto the Earth, it's loosely draped around it. When the ground suddenly starts moving faster, the air can't keep up. Result? Global-scale hurricanes. Constant, massive windstorms would rip across the surface, especially near the equator. Trees would snap, buildings would topple, and outdoor birthday parties would become deadly launch pads for small children. And then comes gravity, or rather the illusion of it. The faster the Earth spins, the more centrifugal force you feel at the equator. Right now, that force reduces your weight by about 0.3%. With double speed, it would cut your weight by over 1%. If you weigh 70 kilograms, you'd feel more like 69.3. Not exactly floating, but definitely diet plan approved. However, keep spinning up the Earth just a bit more, to about 28,000 kilometers per hour, and gravity at the equator would essentially cancel out. You'd be in permanent, gentle liftoff. But we're not there yet. At double speed, we're just in the uncomfortably floaty and constantly wind-slapped stage. The next big issue? The oceans. They're liquid, they move, and they don't like spinning faster than they have to. Because of increased centrifugal force, water around the equator would bulge even more than it already does. Right now, the Earth isn't a perfect sphere. It's already an oblate spheroid, slightly squashed due to its rotation. Doubling the speed would exaggerate this squash. Sea levels at the equator could rise by tens of meters, while the poles might actually lose water. Entire low-lying countries, gone. Coastal cities, underwater. Florida, let's not even talk about it. Now let's talk about your sleep schedule. Remember, days are now 12 hours long. That's 6 hours of daylight, 6 hours of night, if you're lucky. If you live at higher latitudes, like, say, Norway, the sun would flicker in the sky like a broken light bulb. Circadian rhythms would implode. No one would know what time it is, ever. Insomnia becomes the new global pandemic. Productivity? Gone. Jet lag? A permanent state of being. Oh, and by the way, your GPS is now garbage. Satellite systems are precisely calibrated to the Earth's current rotation speed. Change that and every satellite goes from helpful navigation tool to weird blinking light that tells you you're in the ocean. Planes can't land, ships can't navigate, pizza delivery, forever lost. Meanwhile, the tectonic plates, you know, those giant slabs of rock that make up continents, yeah, they're having a hard time. The increased centrifugal force would pull everything outward, creating more stress along fault lines. Earthquakes would become more frequent and more severe. Volcanoes? Don't even get them started. And then there's the wildlife. Birds, insects, migratory animals, all of them use sunlight, gravity, and magnetic fields to orient themselves. Now the days are shorter, the winds are insane, and the ground beneath them feels like it's trying to leave. Chaos. Pure chaos. Geese flying north in January, bears trying to hibernate in June, squirrels giving up and becoming accountants. But let's say you're indoors, safe from the weather and the geese. You're probably watching the news. Good luck keeping up. Every hour-long news cycle now covers 2 days. Weather forecasts are a joke. Today's weather, Category 6 windstorms followed by the ocean visiting your living room. Now fast forward a few years, humanity has tried to adapt. Entire cities are rebuilt underground to escape the storms. People wear gravity boots to stay grounded. Time is no longer measured in days, but in spin cycles. A full year now has 730 days, but they still feel just as short. Calendars are a lie, sleep is a myth, but at least lunch happens more often. Eventually, we'd have to evolve or perish. Maybe taller humans with better balance, maybe eyes that can adjust faster to light changes, maybe no eyes at all because we live in bunkers. Maybe, just maybe, we launch ourselves to the moon and call it a day. After all, the moon's nice and slow. But hey, the sunsets are now twice as frequent, so at least Instagram would be amazing for a while. Subscribe, guys, for more interesting